I'm putting this Vortec V6 inside my Subaru, but first let me give you some context. So a week and a half ago, I decided to take the car drifting at the North Stage Drift event, and unfortunately it did not end well for me. So it was my third lap of the day. I was starting to get a feel for the car, and my luck ran out. So the stock WRX engine, well, it didn't last very long, so decided let's throw in a little bit of an upgrade. That leads us to this, a Vortec V6 that I plan on putting inside this Subaru WRX. Essentially, what we've got here is a 4.3 Vortec that came in all the S10s, the Astrovans, full-size pickups, and well, they were pretty underrated. Unfortunately, they did not make a lot of power for those applications. But fortunately for us, we'll be able to make enough power and be able to keep the wheels spinning. So the stock WRX engine is turboed, obviously. It makes a little bit more horsepower than this naturally aspirated V6, but for the V6, it actually does make more torque in the bottom end, so it's actually going to be easier to spin the wheels. When you're doing a fresh engine like this, you might as well just go ahead and replace some of the gaskets welds out so you don't have to in the future. So this is an NV3500 transmission. This is the transmission we're going to be using behind the Vortec V6. Unfortunately, it did not fit in the Subaru WRX, so we had to do a little bit of cutting and trimming to get it in there, but we got everything mounted up, and next is just cleaning everything. Alright, so it's been a couple days since you guys saw everything last. Basically, I went ahead, put the engine back together, cleaned up a few more things of it. Got fresh new spark plugs in it, a new coolant temp sensor, redid the intake gaskets, we got a brand new distributor up here. I did paint the valve covers as you guys saw, but I'm waiting for gaskets for the other ones until I put them on. So kind of just waiting, and we'll do everything sort of at the same time. Alright, so figured since we're going to be putting this sweet engine inside this car, there's going to be a lot more room than the stock engine, so it would be nice to have a freshly painted bay stand out a little bit more. So I went ahead, sprayed the base silver, a little bit of flake in it, and I mean, I think it turned out pretty good. You can see over here we also got the clutch master. Relocation is now on this side instead of being factory over on the driver's side, so that's a cool thing that we had to add, and just another part of the build. Alright, because we made a custom transmission tunnel, we have to go ahead and re-seam seal everything. So I'm going to go ahead, re-seam seal all the welds that we had to do, and it should be pretty good. Alright, so what we have here is a brand new clutch for the engine and everything. But what we're looking for in here is to make sure that they gave us all the correct hardware that we need to install it, because you know, sometimes they don't. So this is a pilot bearing, and on most cases, on most engines, this is just a, what they call a pilot bushing. Well, not on this one. This one's actually a roller bearing. You can see in here there's little rollers, and assuming by looking at it, there's probably a certain way this has to go in. So that's something I may need to look at, but I'm gonna guess that it goes in this way. But yeah. Alright people, with that being said, that's going to end it for this video. The next video you guys are going to see, we're actually going to put this engine and transmission back in the car for hopefully the last time, and we can actually start to get it going and hopefully get the thing fired up. So anyways, with that being said, see you next time.